Hey guys, what is up? It is Meikkhaell here today with a League of Legends video in which I will be showing you an actually very powerful Hecarim build. So I just bought Hecarim a little while ago and I've been doing pretty well with him. I don't think I've ever had a game in which I was in negatives, and every single one of these games that I've played I have been using this build. When I went to look on Meikkhaell for a similar build before I made this video so that, I wasn't just randomly posting a video that everyone already knows about. So I looked around and I could see it nowhere. There's nothing even close to the build that I'm about to tell you guys about. So if you read the title of this video, obviously you're going to see Devourer Hecarim, alright? And you can see one Devourer there, but that's for hybrid. So that's not quite what I'm doing, because that's not going to give you very much tankiness, which is kind of what you need for Hecarim. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to show you guys basically the Masteries and runes that I would run on it. I only have 2 mastery pages because I'm bored, but this is what I got on it basically. So 6 armor, 13 damage, 6.7 magic resist, 4.5% attack speed, and 1.5% lifesteal. And I haven't updated this since like the beginning of season 5, but it still works for me, so it'll be alright. And then for masteries, I have my tank jungle masteries. So you would want attack speed. You can have max attack speed if you want. I just like to balance it between certain things. And then feast, you can have double-edged sword as well, but when I'm jungling I like to have usually high health, so killing unit restores some health. But I would actually say that you should get double-edged sword. And then I would just get 1 point in natural talent, just to give you a little bit more damage. And then here you can choose between the 2 of these. I took savagery just so that I have a bit more clear, but if you want movement speed out of combat, the reason I didn't get that is because it's out of combat, and Hecarim's movement speed attack damage bonus is when you're in combat. So, and then I got health regen. You can get this, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what's down here more. So you can take this as well, but movement speed, so you have more mobility and more damage in the brush and river. And here, extra 45 health, why not? This can work too though, if you want. Here you could have summoner spell reduction, but I really like this. 50% base health regen, increase to 200% when below 25% health. It's really strong. Tenacity and slow resist, I'd take that because you're charging around the map and all that. You can take this if you want, but I would actually really recommend swiftness. And then out of these 3, I would take this. Since my build early on is not going to give you too much tankiness, you're going to want this so that you have a little bit of tankiness to stack up with. So that gives an extra 300 maximum health just from farming large monsters and minions, so it's good. And now I'm just going to quickly show you guys my match history on Hecarim. So you have 2 and 1 and 2, 22-minute game, and that's not bad. That game we kind of just ended really quickly. 6-2 and 8 in ranked, 25-minute game. Here we were defeated, but I was 7-3 and 6. Here 11-5 and 19. That was 30-minute game. And here 11-8 and 9. That was my first game on Hecarim, and I still did pretty good, but we were defeated. So yeah, that's just proof that I did do pretty good with this build, because as you can see I have Devourer on every single one of these. Alright, so now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you guys the build. Alright guys, we are back, and so I'm gonna be showing you now the build. So you're first gonna want to for sure get Hunter's Talisman. You could get the other thing. Hunter's Talisman's better though. And you're gonna want refillable potion, just because that will help you build towards this quicker. If you want normal potions for whatever reason, by all means. Ward, you can get, I just put this one here, but yeah, I know. Okay. I failed to record this. So then you're gonna want this sword. You can get this sword too, whichever. I just put this on here because that's what I usually get. And for your first back, try your best to do this. If you can do more than this, good for you if you can't even do this. Practice a bit more. You're gonna want Stalker's Blade first back. If you want to get Tracker's Knife or Saber, you can, but I like the damage and the slow that this gives. Second back, you're gonna obviously get Devour, because if I title the video Hecarim Devourer, do you think you're gonna be building like Runeglaive or something like anyways, so then you're gonna want to, whenever you can, whenever you have enough gold for these, you're gonna want to get Boots of Speed and your Hunter's Potion, just so that you have a bit more sustain and a bit more damage and a bit more move speed. Damage because of his passive, which is Bay. And then you're gonna want to build these two simultaneously, Sterak Gage and Triforce. So maybe you'll get a Jarm's Fist, and then next back you'll get a Phage, and then next back you'll get finish this off, and then the next back you'll finish this off. And then you will get Titanic Hydra and Deadman's Plate. And Titanic Hydra is going to give you a lot more damage, a lot more health, and a lot more regen, plus you do damage in an area, which is nice. And then Deadman's Plate's a pretty core item for him, I would say, because the health, the move speed, the armor, and those passives that give more damage. So yeah, plus the slow that you do if you're at 100 stacks. And if you want to get Deadman's Plate sooner, you can swap it out with Sterak Gage. So put Sterak Gage here and Deadman's Plate here. Alright, and then for situational items, you're going to want to consider getting Warmog Armor. So that gives health, regen, all that. So that will help you out. Randuin's Omen if you're fighting fed people with crit chance and stuff like that. Spirit Visage if you're fighting people with AP. Black Cleaver if you want more damage and cooldown reduction. Thornmail if you're gonna be like the main person that the enemies are gonna be focusing on, so you wanna hurt them and watch them kill themselves. And then Frozen Mallet if you want just kind of a different type of build. It still gives lots of health and decent amount of damage, plus that slows and all that. If you want to replace that, that's still a good item for him. Mob Malmortius once again if you are fighting fed AP champions, but obviously this is going to be a little bit more offensive. I know, AFK. There, I moved happy. And then Ravenous Hydra if you really just want to go full damage or whatever, or you think you have enough tankiness, you could get that in place of Titanic. Yomi's Ghostblade if you want more damage, more move speed, all that. Banshee's Veil once again if you're fighting fed AP. Sunfire Cape if you're fighting fed AD. And I'm gonna fail at pronouncing this so bad. Meikkhaell Scimitar. And you're gonna want to get that if you want more damage, you're fighting AP. And that debuff plus the 50% movement speed bonus would make his damage pretty high. So that's what's gonna be the main part of that build and what you're gonna want to do for it. So now I'm gonna just quickly tell you how good this build is. So at level 18 with full build you're gonna have 4.2k HP. You're gonna have around 290 to 300 AD. That's when you're not like moving around. 150 armor, which can be obviously if you are fighting AP could be substituted with this and you could get more MR. And you'll have 1.4 attacks per second, 20% crit chance, and 450 move speed without any bonuses like Alacrity, Furor, Ghost, all that. So it's a really strong build actually. So yeah, thanks for watching guys.